The Mavericks will be starting with the Nolan Walker, Patrick Curry, Cade Borchard line up front with Nate Konepke and Ryan Jones on the blue line. Florida, the same starters from last night. Jesse Lansdale, Mark Senden, Boban Carpenter up front. Reese Smolik and Cole Moberg on the back end. Game 2 is underway. Sit back and enjoy this one. A crucial game here for the Mavericks in Game 2 with the series shifting to Florida for Game 3 on Wednesday. And the physicality continuing here early in the first period, right where we left off last night. And on icing here on the Mavericks, 17 seconds into period number 1. Zach Berzola, he'll wheel his way out towards center ice. Lead pass, Oliver Chow cruising in, threw it in front, and a save LaFontaine as he stopped Pendenza in tight. Backpedaling Berzola, shot, and he scores. Zach Berzola from the point, through traffic, able to beat Jack LaFontaine. And it's the Everblades who strike first once again tonight, 90 seconds into period number 1.
A lot of traffic out in front of Jack LaFontaine. He just wasn't able to get a clean look at this shooting attempt as it came in on him. Once again, this will be the response game for the Mavericks. We don't want to see things get out of hand, much like we saw in Game 1 last night. Max Andreev out there with Bradley Schoonbert and Justin Nockbar. Can they do a nice job of setting the tone here early?
Here's walking in, a shot fought off by Johnson. Loose puck behind the net, scooped up by Andreev. Now McKenna far corner, up to Noel, a blast off the goal post. What a howitzer there from David Noel. He catches the post on the glove hand side of Cam Johnson. Kolkoski shadowed there by Lansdale. McKenna down low. Borchard back for McKenna. Shot. Score! 5 goals in his last 3 games for Jeremy McKenna at the tail end of the power play, and the Mavericks tie the game at 1.
Well, the hot hand continues. It's not the most dangerous shooting angle, but it is when you're Jeremy McKenna. Cam Johnson is flush with the goal line, trying to cover off that near side post, and it looks like it just trickles through the left armpit and works its way towards the back of the net. A fantastic job on the power play to create these chances, and Jeremy McKenna strikes again.
They'll rotate it around to the far point. Moberg pressured there by Hayhurst, drills it down low, centering pass, and a great save. LaFontaine on Mark Senden out in front.
Well, there he is. We were hoping to see him flash the leather at some point in this game when called upon to do so. And no better chance here than the release from the slot. He gets out just enough to challenge this. What a phenomenal save by Jack LaFontaine.
Nice pass for Ewens. Back for Berzola. Fires. Save LaFontaine. It's available. And a big save again, and the whistle blown after Carpenter had a couple whacks at it. Jack LaFontaine, acrobatic in the crease, able to keep this a 1-1 hockey game. Max Andreev, Jaremko fielding it along the near side, down low, Nockbar out in front, score! Max Andreev lights the lamp after a beautiful dish from David Cotton, and the Mavericks have their second power play goal of the game and their first lead of the series.
The Everblade penalty killers, they get pulled up into the zone, and it's a nice play by David Cotton to outweight the defender, and he makes a perfect saucer pass right over the Everblade, who goes low and right onto the stick of Max Andreev, who puts it home.
Had some good looks on the power play last night despite going 0 for 5. They've been tremendous here tonight with a couple goals. Looking for more here. Koski deals it down for McKenna. McKenna angles it back to Koski at the right point. Hands it off. McKenna into the slot. Here's the shot. He scores! Jacob Hayhurst guns it home past the blocker side of Cam Johnson. Their third power play goal of the game, and the Mavericks take a 3-1 lead.
It's some really nice work along the wall by Jeremy McKenna and Cole Koski. They played pitch and catch a couple times, and then McKenna is able to find Hayhurst in the slot as the Mavericks double their lead as the power play strikes once again.
It will slip it back through for Jaremko. Gave it on a cross, but it was knocked down by Oliver Chow. Now long lead pass off the stick of Riley. Delayed offside here on Florida. And then McLaughlin absolutely decks Riley. And now a big crowd gathers. Tempers flaring in the Mavericks end. Helmets loose, gloves loose. Mayhem here as Jack LaFontaine will calmly take a knee in the far corner.
Yeah, he's going to get out of this scrum, and that's the best thing for him to do right now. But holy cow, what a hit by Jake McLaughlin going into the wall here. And this is the type of shift that you're happy Justin Nachbar is on the ice for. He's your nuclear deterrent when you need him to be, as he gets in there and he mixes it up as well as he's offering it to some of the Everblades right now. Doesn't look like anyone's obliging.
Yeah, Justin Nachbar wants to have a go there with Sean Jostling, who, like we mentioned, leads all ECHL forwards in penalty minutes. He's going to get the sin bin here along with Nachbar, it looks like, and they're going to send McLaughlin in there as well. We'll get things sorted out. Here's some calls.
Multiple penalties on the play. Kansas City 27, 2 minutes for roughing. Kansas City 32, 2 minutes for roughing. Florida number 27, 2 minutes for roughing. Florida will have a 2-minute power play.
And so Jostling will weave his way back towards center ice, but a good steal by Borchard. Back in with Walker. Borchard looking across and a great stick. Now loose puck to Curry, a shot. Loose puck in the crease. Capped out somehow by Cam Johnson with some help. Got arms way. Another try by Lambden. Save LaFontaine. It's loose, and the net comes falling down on top of him as he was able to cover it there with his two skates.
The Everblades trying to throw more than just the kitchen sink. They're throwing the net onto Jack LaFontaine to try to beat him. That's how good he's been tonight. As this one's just a mad scramble in front. You see Marc-Olivier Duquette trying to push this puck in between the legs of Jack LaFontaine, who had gone onto his backside. Might have been a little bit of contact there. But then it looks like Hosang, who makes contact with the net, pushing it onto LaFontaine. 3:11 remaining in the game. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back right after this.
Near circle, down low. Hosang centering pass and a good stick by Andreev. Here comes Hayhurst. Slides it over Koski with an open net in front of him. He'll just stroll it towards the net, and he scores! Cole Koski on his third point of the night, virtually putting the game away here for the Mavericks as they take a 4-1 lead.
It's a phenomenal play by Max Andreev to limit the scoring chance, to allow this puck to pop up high into the zone. Jacob Hayhurst, he's got the wheels. He takes it to the neutral zone. He doesn't force it. He finds Cole Koski, who just has to skate it into the open net. And the Mavericks well on their way to tying this series at 1 win apiece.
Berzola winds and drives, blocked away by Schoombert. Berzola gets it back out in front to save LaFontaine. Kept alive here, Lambden. Looking to go to work here inside the blue line. Floats it across. Hacked back towards the net by Pendenza. Here's Berzola. Had his pass nearly picked off and a block there by Nolan Walker. And it's back out to center ice. Approaching a minute to go here in regulation. 34 shots on goal here for the Everblades. Just one has beat Jack LaFontaine. That came just 90 seconds into the game. 4 unanswered goals for the Mavericks. Could be 5. Here's Max Andreev. Takes a couple hacks. Andreev will put it into the empty net. And the Mavericks will take a 5-1 lead.
There's that extra one for good measure. You can hear this crowd just absolutely erupt. They've showed up for this team, and just a little bit of icing on the cake is the second empty netter goal. Just what a phenomenal game start to finish by this Mavericks group, earning this 5-1 lead here. Well on their way now. They're booking their plane tickets to Florida. They're ready to take on this team on the road already. In a game where everything went against them last night. They have battled back in a massive way in this game.
Listen to this crowd. The Orange Army coming to their feet. It's gunned all the way down the ice. One last save for good measure. And we got ourselves a 1-1 series. The Mavericks with an emphatic 5-1 win over the Florida Everblades here tonight to tie the series up at 1 before it shifts down to Florida for Game 3 on Wednesday.
What a great job by this team to battle back in a massive way. This was an important game. You can't risk going down 2-0 and have to play 3 straight games on the road. It was a phenomenal job off the backbone of Jack LaFontaine, making 35 out of 36 saves. Held this Florida team scoreless for about 55 minutes. And this crowd roaring their approval at this roster.
Mavericks with a 5-1 win here. LaFontaine absolutely spectacular, stopping 35 of the 36 shots he faced tonight en route to his 7th win of the playoffs. And it's his 11th win in his last 13 starts. Jack LaFontaine now with just 4 goals allowed in his last 4 starts.